How you doing? Ryan Braswell here with Ask the Locals, brought to you by Local Realty, and I'm here with the great Wendy Linsalata from LI Against Domestic Violence. She's the executive director. Wendy, thank you for joining us today. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me, Ryan.
Oh, you're very welcome. So I want to jump right into it. If somebody knows somebody or needs some help with domestic violence, what should they do right now?
Call our hotline,
All right,
631-666-8833.
And it's available 24 hours a day. If you know anybody who needs help, please have them reach out to an advocacy group such as Long Island Against Domestic Violence. So Wendy, how long have you been with LIADV?
Over 20 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
And you guys were founded in '76?
Yes.
Yeah,
I wasn't there then.
Okay. Well, we've known each other for probably going on now 7-8 years, I think. And you took over the executive director role fairly recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how many people do you manage and counselors and stuff? How many people are at the advocacy group?
We have about 40 staff members and then approximately around 15 volunteers.
Okay. And now one of the things from working with you guys that I've learned, you guys are a professional advocacy group. You have actual counselors and licensed people, correct?
Yes. Everybody on staff is a paid professional, starting from our hotline counselors to our advocates that are in court and the precincts. Obviously, our counseling staff are all licensed clinicians. Our shelter staff, everybody's paid professionals.
And now that's a big advantage when you can actually help people because of this, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Over like volunteer organizations. Like, what's a little bit of the difference between the two?
I think the main difference is that, while we're a nonprofit and we're there to serve those who are in crisis, so it's a human service that we're providing. It's still a business, so we take our mission seriously. We are committed to what we're doing. We have staff who have dedicated their professional life to improving the lives of others.
And that's one of the things that I love about your organization. And one of my things is to help people. Like, I think that's why I was put on earth, is to help people accomplish things they want. And that's something that you guys put others in front of their needs in front of yours. And that's something that's amazing about LIADV. What kind of resources do you guys have for people to educate themselves on maybe signs of this, hey, does somebody need help or not? Or I know your website is full of stuff. But
you can look at our website, liadv.org. We have a lot of information on there. You could always call our hotline if you're not sure, if you think. I always tell people, if something doesn't feel right in your gut, it probably isn't. So number one, always follow your gut instinct. We do have a prevention arm. Our educators are willing to come out and speak with community groups, professional groups, businesses. We're in schools, educating middle schools, high schools, and college campuses about the signs to look for, how to get help if you do find yourself in this situation.
now, how can people get involved, to help support LIADV?
Oh, there's a whole lot of ways people can get involved. People a lot of times feel that, I don't really have the skills needed, or, we have people like yourself, Ryan. You came to us some years ago, and I'll be honest with you, you were one of the first men to step forward and want to lend your voice to this.
Well, this is not about me, but...
No, but my point being, it's not your realm, it's not what you do, but everybody has their own capabilities and experiences and talents that they can bring to us. And don't ever think that I can't really help, because there's always people can help. We have people that volunteer to help on our hotline. We have people that volunteer to help us at fundraising events, getting raffle baskets for us, soliciting sponsors, helping the day of an event, helping to promote an event, helping us at community fairs. The demand for us to be out in the community far exceeds our capacity.
Of course.
Because we're limited in staffing and budget. So we're always looking for volunteers who want to help represent us.
Okay. Now, within the volunteers and stuff, do you have to be 18? Are there any requirements? Because, you know, it is a little bit more of a, you know, a touchy.
Yeah, it's going to depend on what someone is doing.
Okay.
Some of the volunteer opportunities, even our staff, they go through full background checks through New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services, Child Protective Services, because we want to make sure that everybody interacting with our clients is a safe person.
True. Now, one of the events that I love is Paws for a Cause, and you just recently had it, and it's a wonderful event because it's a way to talk about a tough topic through the love of animals and the correlation between domestic violence and animal abuse. Can you talk a little bit about that? You know, for warning signs for people, what to look for?
Sure. Many years ago, myself and our former executive director, we recognized the link and the correlation. And the fact of the matter remains, when there's violence in a relationship, it's all based on power and control, right? So the abusive party goes to great lengths and uses all means necessary to control their partner. And the more control you have, the less likely a person is to leave you. Unfortunately, this holds true for not only children in the home are at risk, but if there's an animal in the home, they're at risk. I've dealt with cases myself that the outcome has not been good for the companion animal, because it's basically, sometimes we see things like they'll inflict harm on the pet to let the human victim know that I did that to the dog or the cat, I could do it to you very easily.
Like a power thing.
Yep. So there's a very strong correlation there. Unfortunately, some animals are killed, some are harmed. And recognizing that, we knew that, number one, we need to help people become educated on this and raise awareness of this. So we've been discussing this going back to like 2004, 2005. We then gained the ability to include pets on orders of protection. Then we partnered with local rescue groups and the local SPCA to board the pet of a survivor coming into our shelter. But we knew it wasn't enough. We had to keep on going, because I'm an animal lover, and I would never leave my dog behind, ever.
Okay,
They're a member of the
family.
family. So we knew this isn't good enough. Even though people knew their animal would be safe, they still don't want to leave.
Yeah, they go back to the animal.
Yep, and I can understand that.
Yeah.
So
Me too.
we worked for many, many years, and it wasn't easy, but we eventually got our shelter to the point that we are able to accept companion animals.
And you're one of the few, from what my understanding on Long Island, you're the only one.
We are the first and only on Long Island to welcome companion animals into our domestic violence shelter.
And that's amazing. And I believe, you know, I did a little research on that because I was curious, and it seems like only 12% of shelters nationwide can even handle that. And that's something that I know the love I have for my animals and the love my wife has for our animals. And I know if any of us were ever in a situation, you know, we're not leaving that animal. We might go back to a terrible situation because of that. And that's something that, you know, that's got to be heartbreaking, because somebody's seeking help, getting it, and then having something that a love that pulls them back into a poor situation because of that. So it's wonderful that you guys are able to do that. As far as, you know, pets and stuff, you come to just dogs, cats, all animals?
Dogs, cats, hamsters, rabbits, birds. That's what we've housed to date. We haven't had anyone with any reptiles or anything yet. But, you know, as long as they're contained, they can come in as well. So, you know, because again, nobody should have to choose between their safety and the safety of their pet.
Yeah, especially something that they love so much, you know. So you have a gala that you guys, that's your next big event, correct?
Correct. On May 9th, it's going to be at the Piermont in Babylon.
An event I love.
It's a fun night.
It is a wonderful night. A lot of dancing and a lot of fun. You always have some great speakers and guests and honorees. Are you able to talk about that yet, or have you not decided? I know it's a ways away.
We're in the process of gathering our honorees, so I don't want to give away
Okay.
the ship yet. But, again, the subject matter that we deal with is difficult. It's upsetting. The reality of this is everyone knows someone that's been impacted by this.
Yeah, physical or mental. Yeah.
So it's a tough topic to talk about. So we try to have our gala. We come together to celebrate the work we're doing, honor those that are helping us do this work, but we also want to make it a fun night so that people come out and enjoy themselves and really make an impact. And I can tell you, last year, the year before, everyone there, yourself included, you all made a tremendous impact. And every year I like to, I try not to talk too much. I don't want to bore people, but I try to task everyone with one thing. Every guest that's there, just one thing. And so far, so good. People have really been bringing the word forward and not just attending the gala, but getting involved with us.
With the raffles and everything, the donations, and when people can't be there. And I know my agents, we love supporting it. Have a wonderful time, and everybody just it's great to celebrate what you do, like you said, and get a little bit of an education, and see other people who are being proactive in this space, in the social space. And it is an absolute wonderful event, and I love helping and promoting it and whatnot. So do you have any statistics? We were talking a little bit about how many people. I know last year the numbers blew my mind with how many phone calls and hours and and whatnot. So what are some of those numbers of how many people you've helped on Long Island?
Last year we helped over 7,000 people, which some might say, oh, it's not that many. It's a lot.
That is a lot of people.
This year we're on track to surpass that.
That's not.
Which,
well, helping people's great, but
it's not good.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yes.
That we're reaching people. The reality is, it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
We're still not reaching enough people. Things like this help us get the word out so that if somebody does need help, and listen, we never want anyone to think that their situation isn't serious enough or they don't want to waste our time. Nobody is ever wasting our time. If something isn't right in your relationship, anything somebody's doing to make you fearful, harm you, make you doubt yourself, call us. That's what we're here for. Nobody is ever going to waste our time, and nobody's situation is more or less important or serious than the next person's.
And it's completely confidential. And you're able to talk with a professional counselor or advocacy group, which is wonderful.
We're never going to force anyone to do anything. We're here to just lay out all your options and help you make the best choice for you.
And I know recently with that, speaking of people calling and stuff along those lines, that cell phone alert, one of the things that I didn't even think of until I saw your guys post about it. People may have a second cell phone, something that they're scared, to talk to someone else or to, because of their significant other, or spouse, whatever. And that alert could have outed a ton of people and had a lot of issues with it. So, it's a great follow. You guys put out a lot of good information, and you guys just keep getting the message out, and that's one of the things that I love to help you guys with. Tell me about your kickball event that you just had.
You should have been there.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it. The photos look like a great time.
We had such a good time. It actually came to pass because I was on the phone with a sergeant from the police department, and we're grant partners on an initiative. LIADV, the Suffolk Police, the Sheriff's Office, the DA's office. And I said, wouldn't it be cool if we did something together to help raise awareness? And somehow we were talking, and we came up with, why don't we play kickball against one another? So, all right, we decided on this whim, let's do a kickball event. So we called it Kickball for a Cause. It was this past Friday. One of our longtime supporters, he was kind enough to secure the field for us, and the PD got a bunch of food donated and all the supplies that we needed, and we all came together and squared off to play kickball. It wasn't a pretty outcome. We played the police department first, so we had us playing the PD, and the sheriff and the DA's office were playing. We got annihilated. They had no mercy on us whatsoever.
Yeah, they seemed like they were out to win no matter what.
They were out to win. They did not care. But it was a fun time, and all for a good cause. So it was all in good fun. We had a bunch of people come out. We had some raffles. Next year, we're looking to do it even bigger and keep growing it, because it's important that people understand, law enforcement as a whole, at times it's tough
It's not
to
an
be
easy
them.
job.
It is not an easy job.
Thankless job sometimes too.
And, we wanted to help send the message that we're united in this, and we're working every day to help bring safety to the residents of Suffolk County, and we're doing it together. And how do we do that? We have advocates in all the police precincts. We work with the sheriff's office. We're in court working with the DA's office as liaison between them and a victim. And I have to say, we work with great people.
I absolutely agree with that. All the volunteers that I've met, the staff members that I've had interactions with, and even just being at the events when, talking with the people who are there, it's something that everybody wants to do something. They don't know how to contribute, but any way that they can. And, I would love to, if you expand the kickball thing, Local Realty, maybe we'll grab a team and jump in and,
I think what we're planning to do is we're going to have a law enforcement bracket and a civilian bracket.
Hey, that's great.
So law enforcement, they'll battle it out, and then
basically you have, it's almost like two divisions, and then have
Yep.
a little champion at the end of it. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's what we're thinking to do. Now I just gave it away, but
Oh,
it's
well.
okay.
Now, I know the way I first got involved was doing a donation drive. And the shelters always need items and stuff like that. What are the items that you guys need the most?
The things that we need the most, and it's not fancy or, we need bottled water. Believe it or not, Scott toilet paper.
Everybody needs TP.
Yes, and the money that we spend on toilet paper is tremendous, so donations of that help us put our money towards more use directly that clients need. Paper towels, cleaning supplies.
Like some basic living things for like a household and stuff. I imagine these victims are not able to take a lot, so the things that you would find around your house normally are what you're not grabbing your Clorox wipes when you're leaving in the middle of the night for help. Probably just grabbing your clothes and stuff that you need. Any like cosmetic type stuff like deodorants, stuff along those lines, or is it mostly along the?
That we have a lot of. Sometimes if we see we're running low, we'll put out a call to action that this is what we need. But right now, those are the things that we need the most of.
Now, your call to actions, are those sent out through like an email newsletter, or is there some, like how can people sign up for, alerts and stuff? Like, is it through the website?
Yeah, if you go to LIADV.org, I think there's a link to join our mailing list.
Okay.
We also will put it on our social media pages.
Okay. And we'll have links in the description and stuff like that as well. And one of the things, if you are, if somebody does go to your website, which I do love, you have that nice little red bar that just, if you're looking for help and you're the victim, you're in that situation, and you can just click that little button and it all goes away. So that way, you have nobody looking over your shoulder. And I love what you guys do, and I'm very happy to support. I'm very happy to have you here. Now, you've been a Long Island native. You born and raised?
I was born in Brooklyn, I think. But it doesn't even matter because my parents moved out here when I think I was around 1.
Okay. What's your favorite restaurant on Long Island? There are many.
There's so
But you don't have to have a favorite. You could even give a couple, you know. It's one of those weird things. It's like, you know, trying to narrow down to one could be almost impossible.
All right. So there's a place on 107 in Hicksville called the Bengali Sweet Shop. You need to go there. If you like spicy food, it is amazing. It's not a fancy restaurant, but the food is phenomenal. My husband and myself, we went there a couple of months ago, and I was like, where has this place been all my life? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's so random. I like so many different kinds of food.
Okay.
I don't think I have a favorite, but I'm a big fan of the Bengali Sweet Shop.
What's your favorite fall activity on Long Island?
Fall activity on Long Island. Believe it or not, I've never gone apple picking, so I don't know. The fall's my favorite season, so anything that's going on outdoors,
Okay.
I'm into it.
All the pumpkin festival.
Yeah, I'm there for it. My husband is like, oh, here we go again. But yeah.
And what is the best thing about Long Island?
I think that the weather, we have all 4 seasons. The people, I think everyone, you know.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites on Long Island. Is like it's weird. Like there's so many communities, but it's all Long Island. You know, like it's just it's a very unique thing. People love supporting. They love helping organizations like yourself. You know, for the most part, they're friendly. Yeah, there's that New York edge a little bit there and there, but you know, it's a wonderful community to be in and to live in, and especially to help people. So, Wendy, we thank you very much for attending today, for being here and talking with us, and we really hope that somebody who needs help reaches out and gets the help that they need. If you know somebody who might need help, please just share it to them. Find a way to, you know, just put it out there in the universe so that way we can help more people and we can help LIADV do the work that they do. Wendy, thank you so much.
Thank you.